What the fuck?
Hi, sweetheart. Okay, so I'm back in Miami. I'm over here at the house couple doors down where I was storing the Mercedes. If you remember, it wouldn't start. That's why I didn't bring it with me to New England. Sounds like it's trying to. I do have the air cleaner off. I wonder if putting that back on might help. But it sounds different than it did the last time, which was the day of the trucks arriving. So, who knows? Maybe it'll start up after all. Hi, baby. All right, so I didn't film it. I just had it running for probably 5 seconds. Running fairly well. I've just been cranking on her like crazy. Let's see what happens this time. And there she goes. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I took the Saturn all the way to New England because this damn car wouldn't start. And I tried everything to get it to start when the trucks came that day. They tried, I tried. Starting fluid, the air cleaner on, the air cleaner off, the this, the that, giving it gas, cranking it. I mean, are you kidding me? It just started right up. The thing is idling perfectly fine. What the hell was that about? I don't regret taking the Saturn. I actually drove it to the airport when I left New England. It's kind of my beater up there because I had to leave at one of those self-park airport shuttle places where they move the cars around. And you bet your ass I wasn't leaving the Escalade or something over there because I'd come back and it'd be out in a parking lot 2 miles away with the engine missing. So took the Saturn in. It's a great beater to have up there, but I really wanted to take this Mercedes up and have it as a winter project. And here we go. It's running again. Son of a gun. I mean, it's not to say that I can't ship it up still, but obviously I had a really good rate because I had all those cars in the truck. And now I'm gonna have to pay more because I'm not gonna ship another 14, 15 cars up. So, should I even take this thing up? I might just leave it down here as a Miami toy and have it fixed up. I'm already leaving a few cars down here for myself, but I mean, this would be kind of fun to have down here because I'm leaving all boring cars. All right, so I'm back in Miami and I'm here with my good friend Oleg, who I sold the Lexus to way back. A lot of you still think I have this car. You still comment about what the problems might be with it, but Oleg has had it for a long time, pretty much a few days after I bought it. He's big into these Jap crap cars, as I call them, and he saw this thing and fell in love with it. Well, it is a good car, so you know, I knew it was a perfect little project car for him. It needed some work, but nothing major, and he's pretty handy. He's done half the work of my house here, so he bought the car for me for what I paid for it. Actually, I gave him a little bit of a discount because he found my key. I was missing a key to a car.
Yeah, your
which one?
BMW key.
Right, and you found, I said if you found the key, I'd give you a discount. You found it, so you got it for a little bit less, so I took a slight hit on this car, but to see Oleg enjoy it, it's well worth it. So he's going to quickly talk to us about what he's done to the car since I sold it to him way back in, what was that, probably February or March? Something like that. So go ahead, Oleg, tell us what you've done.
When I got this car, it didn't had throttle or it didn't stop, so pretty much it was like a death trap. I changed the master cylinder on it. It's a whole assembly. The new throttle body on it, which is bad one, so I have to order a second one.
It was a used one though, right?
Yeah, used one, but the problem with it, these come from the factory defective, so it's a hit or miss thing. Freon for the air conditioning. That's
right, because the AC was not working when I got the car, yeah. and Oleg, I think it was a fuse too or something, right? There was something going on. You changed some type of fuse for the radio or for the AC?
It was a fuse for TCF or something like that, one of these sensors. Just full tune-up, fuel filter, oil filter, cabinet filter, engine filter, spark plugs, just like I said, full tune-up here. It right now drives fine, you know, just fine.
Everybody's wondering if it's still ticking.
The ticking is there, but not as much. I did like an engine treatment to it, so
Like a sea foam kind of product?
Yeah, it's like one of those products, but it's still there. But it's, you know,
I noticed when you pulled in, it was a lot quieter.
Yeah.
When I had the car, it was very noticeable.
I did 3 times oil change, just, you know, because it was first is initial, then the second one, and then the third one was the clean, you know. So.
And I gotta say, the car still looks very, very clean.
Oh man, this thing, it shines. It actually looks better than my 2016 Corolla.
Honestly, and again, that was when I saw this car at auction. That's what was captivating to me about it. It was even though it had 190-something thousand miles, it was a true one-owner car, and it was so pristine. And granted, you find these cars around, but most of them have been turned into drift taxis by kids, and they're just beat to shit. And to see a black car in South Florida with this kind of shine.
Well, it came from north too.
Right,
so
it was from New York.
Yeah.
But the undercarriage is spotless. I'm assuming it's probably a Snowbird's car. And it was always garaged. And when I saw, when I saw this interior, because these seats in these LS, I almost call it GS, right? Think of the LS400 in my head. And these GS300s, these seats are always cracked and torn up. The leather is a very fragile leather. And you can tell this car was babied because it's still in perfect condition. Unfortunately, Oleg likes to smoke the reefer in there now and put out his blunts on the seats.
Just like any other old Lexus, it just has its little small things like the door lock, the little motor for the steering column. It's just small little things there and there. It doesn't cost a lot of money, and it's you know, it's fairly easy to fix. It just gotta find the time to do it.
Yeah, I mean, that stuff's a lot better than having, you know, one that all that works, but the paint's a mess and stuff, because body work is a lot more timely and expensive.
I've honestly had people come over to me and offer me $4,500 to $5,000 for this car.
See, you guys know I gave them a great deal.
So, you know, consider my time that I put in this car in parts. You know, I'll probably still make $1,000 or maybe $2,000.
Well, do you think you're gonna sell it? I think this is your baby, man.
No, I will not sell this car. I mean, my wife says, you know, the steering wheeling needs to be fixed. You know, it's you know.
How are those tires? They're still pretty new, right? They had good tread on them.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit concerned with a lot of dry rot on it. So
yeah.
How can you tell if the tire is good or not?
I mean, some guys will say that any type of dry rot, you know, the guys that are real safety freaks will tell you to get rid of them. I can't see too well, unfortunately. I don't have the old carport out here anymore. But I mean, the real risk with the tire is if you have splitting in between the tread, and I don't feel any.
Yeah.
And then especially if on the
the tires are new. I mean.
Oh yeah.
Old.
But exactly. Well, there's a date code on here somewhere. You're gonna see 4 numbers.
Oh really?
And the last 2 numbers are the year, and the first 2 numbers would be what week it was in that year. So say it's 04/16, it'd be the 4th week of 2016.
And another cool feature that I found on this car, it was actually last week. I put the key in, and if you turn it, by the way.
That's a really cool feature.
I think it only does it on
it only does on the driver's side.
So basically, you turn in all the windows and the sunroof, everything comes down. Yeah. I'm curious to know I got these keys made, these actual original Lexus keys. So the funny part about this, the chip will start the car, unlock it and everything, because the chip communicates with the car. But as far as the function buttons, it doesn't do anything. There's a guy sitting there for almost 2 hours, killed the battery twice on it, locking and tried to program it, but it's, I don't know.
So if anybody here knows, I know a lot of you were big, you know, GS300 fans that watched the original video on this car. If you know what would be causing that problem and you can help him out, please let me know in the comments. I'll pass the word on to Oleg, because he got a pretty good deal on those keys, but even still, you know, to get that working the way it should.
I got 2 keys, one original one and one an aftermarket, got basically for $90.
Yeah, that's
each key is
a hell of a lot.
150,
exactly.
160, you know.
And they're the legit Lexus ones, like the AutoZone ones. They're just a generic clicker.
One of them is an aftermarket one I have.
Well, right, but you got
in total I have 3.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good deal.
My biggest fear when you sold me this car, I only have 1 key. So if I lose this key, you know, they can make me another one, but it's...
I live on the edge, man. All my cars only have 1 key for the most part.
It's in a small, it was falling apart. So.
Yeah. So overall, you're happy you bought it?
Yeah, and look at that. My wife already scratched her rim. Wonderful.
Well, maybe it's time to find some sportier wheels.
Well, yeah.
I mean, they had a number of wheel packages in these GS300s because these cars ran all the way into the mid-2000s.
Yeah.
So the later model ones had some bigger wheels on them.
And somebody actually said to put Supra calipers on it. I don't know why this thing stops on the dime, but apparently.
Well,
if anything, I'll just change the rotors, put EBS. What's it called, like EBS?
For the rotors?
Yeah, the rotors, the really good rotors, or the EBS, right? Or CBS. I
you know, with the junk I drive, I have no idea. My cars,
good rotors
most of my cars don't even have functioning brakes, so that's out of my league. But anyway, that's what's going on with the GS300. It went to a great home, and that was very important to me because this car survived for so long, staying in this immaculate condition. It didn't deserve to become someone's drift taxi. So Oleg's still having fun with it. You know, he's doing things to it in the future to make it faster and whatever he's got planned for it, but the car's staying clean and respectable and not getting sticker bombed and slammed on eBay coilovers.
If anything happens, you know, if the transmission takes a shit or something, you know, what I will do, I'll just do the 2JZ GTE, which has the twin turbo on it, swap. And I think that'll be plenty power because this is, I think, is 230 or something, and
you could do a Malibu V6 swap, 3.1 liter.
Or I just fix the ticking, you know, refreshing the engine and put a turbo on it. And
I think either way you can't go wrong, especially because you're not into the car for much.
What I do, it costs about the same amount of money.
Yeah.
The turbo, the standalone ECU, and all of that, it's gonna be around 2,800. Now it's gonna be an eBay turbo, obviously, but you know, the swap, you know, front clip is around same price, you know, 2,800. But you know, at this time of my life, I'm not really, you know, rushing anything.
Yeah, I know you got a lot going on. Well, listen, if any of you have experience of modifying these cars, or you know, tuning these Japanese things in general, you got some advice for Oleg, maybe a place you get a great deal on a good turbo, or if you have one for sale, or you know, if he should go the route of fixing up this engine and putting a turbo kit on it, or if he should just swap in something totally different, feel free to comment. I'm sure he'll be reading the comments. Feel free to make fun of him, whatever you want to do. It's pro First Amendment here on my channel. Unless you talk shit about my Malibus, then you get instantly banned. So we're losing daylight out here, guys. I just wanted to show you what happened with the Lexus. It's in good hands down here in Miami. And even though I may not be here full time anymore, my legacy still lives on, and all my junk cars that I've sold to people all over this city, and probably even the state. So thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for the next one.